Welcome to Codeboard. So in the last video we saw how to print a Fibonacci series in Java. In this video let's see how to print a factorial of a number. The program is very simple and we'll start by understanding what is factorial number, how to find the factorial of a number and how to implement the logic in Java. So let's get started by creating a new project. Go to File, New Java Project. We'll call this program 8. And with the default settings, click on Finish. Once we have the source folder inside it, create a class where you will implement your logic. So we'll call this factorial. Give the package name, let's say com.codeboard.projects or programs. You can give any package name of your choice, just make sure to follow the format. And we need a main method which is going to be our starting point of execution. So let's click on that and click on Finish. We have our class with the main method. Inside this, we are going to find the factorial of a number. So first, let's understand what is factorial and how to find it. So factorial is simply a multiplication of number up to 1. So let's see how we find the factorial. So suppose we have to find the factorial of number 5. So we call it 5 factorial. Factorial is denoted by exclamation mark. So this is how we represent 5 factorial, and if we want to find the value of 5 factorial, we do as 5 into 4, that is 5 minus 1, then 4 minus 1. So we have to reduce the number by 1 digit and into 2 into 1. So we are going to multiply this number up to 1. So we'll do minus 1 from the number and multiply it up to 1. This is how we find the factorial of a number. Suppose we want to find the 7 factorial, will do as 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So simply reduce the number up to 1 and multiply all the digits. This is how we find the factorial of a number. Now how will we implement the logic? So suppose we have the number 5 and we have to multiply it up to 1. So obviously our loop is going to go from 5 to 1. So 5 we already have, so our loop is going to go from 4 to 1 actually. So we'll do 5 into 4 up to 1. So that is why loop is going to execute from 4 to 1. So 4 means our input number minus 1. So let's say our input number is 5. Now how will this happen? And in each loop the number is going to decrement because it has to reach up to 1. So we'll store the factorial in the number itself. Now number is equal to number for now. So number is going to be 5. Into, we have to divide the index value of this for loop. So into, suppose index value is I, because it goes from I equal to number minus 1 to 1. So it is going to be number into I, which is going to be 4 first. In the next loop, I will decrement and number has changed to 5 into 4, that is 20, and in the next loop 3 will be multiplied. In the next loop 2 will be multiplied and so on. So in the number itself we have stored the factorial, and to each value as we multiply we are going to multiply the next decremented value. So it might sound difficult looking at this theoretically, so actually let's implement it, debug it and check how it works. So we'll take input number from the user using scanner. So we have created the object of the scanner class. We're going to import this. So with Control Shift O, we have imported this. Now our next step is to take the input number. So let's call this int number equal to sc.next int. And for understanding purpose, we're going to consider 5 is the input number. Now we'll have the for loop from number, index is going to be I, so I equal to number minus 1. So loop is going to start from 4 up to the number. So till I greater than equal to 1 and I minus minus, because 4, 3, 2, 1, in this way we want to decrement the for loop. So that is why. So now our number is going to be number, which will be 5 initially, into the value of I, which is 4. So in the first loop 4 is going to be multiplied to 5. So that is why number into I. So what will happen is in this step our number will change to 5 into 4 equal to 20 in the first loop. Again, if we go to second loop, the number is going to reduce, or the value of I is going to reduce to 3, and our number is 20. So in second loop it is going to be 20 into 3. Then in the third loop it is going to be 20 into 3, that is 60 into 2. Then in the next loop it is going to be 60 into 2. So 20 into 3 was 60. That is why 60 into 2, and 60 into 2 is going to be 120. And in the next loop, that is the last loop, our value is going to be 120 into 1. So once we have the I reduced to 1, the value is going to come out of the loop and our output will be printed as 120. So let's print the number and let's say factorial is number. And let's see if our output is printed. If we say 5, the output is 120. If we say 7, the output is 5040. So basically it is going to be 5 into 6 into 5 factorial, because again 5 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So basically the last part from 5 to 1 is 5 factorial. So it is going to be 120 into 6 into 7, which comes out to be 5040. Now let's debug this to understand in a more easier way. So I'm going to place a debug pointer here, and we're going to debug this as Java application. So if we enter number as 5, we have our debugger here. Now number was 5, number minus 1 is going to be 4 up to 1. So if I press F6, the value of I here is 4. So value has started from 4, number is already 5, so 5 into 4 is going to give us the first value, that is 20. So number has changed to 20. In the next loop we have I as 3. So now in the number 20, 3 is going to be multiplied. So 20 into 3, our number is going to be 60. In the next loop again I has decremented to 2. So to our value 60, that is number equal to 60, our I is going to multiply, that is 2. So which comes to 120. Now again I has changed to 1. So our number is going to be 120, which was the value in the previous loop, into 1. And the final number is going to be 120. Now since I is already 1, the next decremented I 0 is not going to satisfy this condition, so it will come out of loop. And finally our number, that is 120, will be printed as the factorial. So here we have the factorial as 120. So in this way we simply implement the logic of factorial. Usually a lot of people use recursion for printing the factorial, but we have not yet gone through the concept of recursion. We'll study it in further videos. So for that, stay tuned and subscribe to our channel. And in the next videos, we'll see some more programs in Java. Also, if you like this video, make sure to like and share this video also. Thank you.